This could be the country's first ever peaceful transition of power, but there's already growing outrage.
This is M23, armed rebel group gaining ground in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rebel militia has captured the largest city in the east and is the major player.
President Paul Kagame has expressed frustration with the leadership of the Democratic Republic of Congo under President Felix Tshisekedi, citing security concerns in the eastern Congo and the complex relations between the two nations. In an exclusive interview with new media journalist Marion Ofol, Kagame did not hold back when asked what he would say to President Tshisekedi if they met.
I would tell him I wish he wasn't president of that good country.
He reiterated that he would deliver the same message if they ever crossed paths.
Next time I meet him, I will tell him that.
To that person.
I promise, in person, directly.
Rwanda and the DRC share a long history of tensions, with eastern Congo remaining a flashpoint for the conflict.
I'm saying, when borders were being drawn, like the border between us and Uganda, during colonial times. So they drew a line. It was just an open place. They drew a line, left Rwanda on this side, what was later to be called Rwanda on one side, and the other side it was called Congo. But this line divided the families. The issue now is, you can talk about others who migrated and went to Congo from Rwanda, or
vice versa,
whatever it is, before that, whatever it is. But there are those who are indigenous to that place. And in fact, these are the ones who are fighting, whom the government is uprooting and saying, you go back to Rwanda. And we have, by the 130,000 people, refugees from that group, 130,000.
Kagame has repeatedly accused Congolese authorities of working with the FDLR, a militia group linked to the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi to destabilize Rwanda.
This FDLR, those who committed genocide, went to Congo 30 years ago. They work with politics and politicians in DRC. They go against these, they single out the Tutsis in eastern Congo. And they cause them problems, but they want to cause them problems and eventually cause problems to Rwanda.
Kagame criticized Tshisekedi's handling of the crisis in eastern Congo, accusing of mismanagement and a refusal to engage in dialogue with the M23 rebels, who continue to battle the Congolese army and its coalition forces. He also questioned Tshisekedi's commitment to agreements, suggesting that discussions often lead to nowhere.
You say you agree something, just as he steps out the door. Either forgotten, changed.
Kagame further questioned Tshisekedi's leadership credentials, referencing his time in Belgium before assuming the presidency. He cited an account by Francisco Piscopo, the owner of a Brussels pizzeria where Tshisekedi once worked.
Felix spent many years in Belgium.
He was a taxi driver.
He was a taxi driver, he was many things of that kind, but even with a very bad reputation. The man who employed him, an Italian family, an old man now, who employed him, he was delivering. The man has a shop, a pizza shop, and Felix used to deliver. So when this old man heard that Felix had become president, he said, oh my God. He said, this one? Then he told the story. It was even written.
According to Piscopo, Tshisekedi held jobs as a taxi driver and a pizza delivery worker in Belgium. The pizzeria owner recalled hiring Tshisekedi despite his lack of a formal education, describing him as frequently disorganized and unreliable, often delivering orders late. Piscopo admitted that he was shocked when he heard that Tshisekedi had become DRC's president and expressed disappointment over his leadership. Kagame also addressed accusations that Rwanda is plundering Congo's mineral resources, firmly rejecting these claims. He argued that while global powers profit from the region's wealth, Rwanda is being unfairly blamed.
If you looked at the list of 100 entities, 100 from wherever, China, Europe, US, Canada, and so on, including all of us in the region, who are interested in the minerals in the Congo, Rwanda would come as 100th, would come at the bottom. If you ranked them 1, 2, 3, this. But the situation is such that it has been made to look like the ones least concerned with the minerals have been the ones accused for the entire problem of these 100 who get billions and billions and leave nothing behind. So Rwanda has come to be the ones to absorb it.
While defending Rwanda's stance, Kagame reiterated that peace in Eastern Congo is essential for regional stability. To resolve the conflict in Eastern Congo, Kagame outlined 3 key steps.
Now what is needed is for parties involved and others who want to support to stop the fighting, have a ceasefire. 2, it is to find a process that resolves political issues peacefully. And that will require the leaders of Congo to take the bull by its horns and accept the reality and say, I must talk to these Congolese opposed to me. I must listen to them and what are their grievances. Even if they picked out of 10 grievances and they picked 6 and said, okay, on these ones we agree. On the other 4 we don't agree, that's progress. Now, 3, they must recognize the security concerns of Rwanda and address them because they are based in Congo and in fact they've been associated with the Congolese government. We really want peace. We want peace in Congo because it translates into peace for us and so that we continue rebuilding our small country and that has had enough of suffering, more than enough. We can't be the ones who are looking for any trouble to take us back to those days.